What's up, you guys? I'm Drew Hernandez, and welcome to the Candid Conversation. This week, I didn't get to sit down with anyone and talk to them. So this week, I've kind of decided I'm going to do a story time and let you guys get to know me a little bit better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell a story about something that happened, and hopefully someone could take away from what I've went through, and who knows, maybe other people have went through the same thing, kind of feel the same way. That being said, well, let's get into it. I want to do this justice because what happened was life-changing in multiple different ways. It was a couple years ago. I was working out at Planet Fitness, and it wasn't the location I'm normally used to going to. I see this person laying on the ground, and I'm like, what happened? And I walked up there, and I asked, like, what happened to someone? And the lady was like, I was on the elliptical, and this guy was right next to me, and just a second later, he just collapsed and fell. And I'm like, this guy's going into cardiac arrest, jump into action, and I try to, save this person's life, basically. And I start compressions, and I try to give this guy CPR. We wait for a while, and I'm continuing doing this. Eventually, the fire department and the police department showed up. They were there. They immediately took over control, and they tried for a couple more minutes. Fortunately, the person didn't make it. I thought to myself, damn, was it because of me? Did I not do something right? Was I there late? Did I just miss it? How come I couldn't save this guy's life? And I really doubted myself. And I kind of beat myself up a lot about that situation. But later on, I had a lot of people kind of come up to me and tell me, if it wasn't for you, that guy would never had a chance to begin with. No one was doing anything, and God put me in that position to try to do something. And I did. And I'm sure it changed all those people's lives as well as my own. I want to say I'm very sorry to the family that it happened to. I just want to say, from me to you, if this ever reaches you somehow, I did everything I could. Everyone kind of told me that you did the best you could and to keep your head up, but still in the back of my mind, I was kind of beating myself up. I ended up figuring out that God put me there for a reason, and to experience that. And there's always a lesson in everything that you do in life. I think that lesson was to tell me a couple things. Not to be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up for your mishaps and your mistakes. Something that was out of my control entirely. I'm very hard on myself as is. I have high standards for myself. I expect a lot from myself. I try to work hard to those things. And when I don't reach my goals, I kind of get let down and I kind of beat myself up, and which ultimately makes me take steps back instead of forward. And I think that kind of taught me that day, no matter the steps back you take in life, you're always moving forward. When you fail at something, you learn something to get you forward. The other thing I learned that day was that to enjoy life, to enjoy every moment that you have. Any aged person, any race, any ethnicity, us as humans, we take for granted the little things. We take for granted the times that we're around our family or our friends, or we hate our jobs because we look at the bad things instead of the good. Ever since that day, I've kind of told myself, enjoy where I am now. There's no other place than the here and now. That being said, I kind of always think to myself, what's the best thing from this situation? Even if it's a really crappy situation that's going on in my life, I try to think, what's the best thing I can be positive about? During this quarantine and COVID and all this 2020, 2021 now, stuff that happened, we kind of realized as a society that the people around us, they're always there. We are stuck with them in a house or wherever you are. I think a lot of people appreciated being able to connect with those people again if they distance themselves. And you don't want to take for granted something or time that you had with someone before their time or your time is up. I think also another thing that comes from just enjoy where you are now. Let me rephrase that. There's a point of just the here and now and live in the moment kind of aspect that I think that a lot of people don't realize too. A lot of people out there, myself included, we set goals so high and we beat ourselves up, like I said earlier, if we don't reach those goals. A lot of people need to see the good in the process and trusting the process of where you want to be. It doesn't matter if you're not where you want to be yet in life, but enjoy where you are now before it's gone. You don't realize you're in the good times until you're not. And I know I'm quoting The Office. I don't even like that show, by the way. It's something that's true. You don't realize that something's going to happen or something's happening in your life right now that you're going to look back and be like, wow, that was an experience that I will never forget. Again, I just want to say I'm very sorry to the family that was affected by what happened that day. I'm glad God put me in that position to realize that I shouldn't beat myself up too hard and I shouldn't take everything so seriously, and I should enjoy where I am in my life no matter what. Because without that, I don't think I would be the person I am today. And I'm not a perfect person, and I know that. No one is. But little things or big things, you can take away something to learn to become a better person. And that shaped me to be the person I am today immensely. No matter what, I felt like I was in a space that I couldn't really talk to anyone about this because no one would understand. No matter what you're going through in life, no matter how you're feeling, good, bad, sad, or mad, as my mom says, there's always someone there. And I know the hardest step is to reach out to someone and have them listen. You're not a burden. There's nothing wrong with how you feel. You feel it for a reason. If you're ever feeling like you can't reach out to someone, you can always reach out to me. I might not even know you, or there's other people in your lives that do care about you so much, and they will listen, but you have to want to be heard. All right. I know like that was a very deep story, and I know that it was something that probably a lot of you have known about me, and if not, but like this is the point of what I wanted. I wanted to do something that kind of shows something about myself. And I really hope that you guys can take away from something from this, and I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you take away some of the advice that I could give about how I live my life. If you're ever in need of anything, you can always message me. I'm always a person that like is willing to listen to someone. Next week, I'll definitely have an interview out there, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video too. I hope you guys like, share, comment anything you want, good, bad, sad, or mad. I'm fine with it. I don't care about the criticism. I don't care about the bad things people say about things, but what I would really like you guys to do is to share this with someone that you think needs to hear this kind of stuff, and try to touch someone some way by this. And like always, until next time, guys. Bye.